Hello, everyone. How are you? I am Erin. I am a psychic and energy healer, and welcome back to my channel, Energy with Erin. And in today's video, we are going to be talking about the full moon in Capricorn, which is taking place today. And the peak of it is going to be at 7:56 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And there are so many other things happening today, guys. CERN is getting shut down. I'll talk about that in a moment. Mercury is going into retrograde in Cancer today, and Jupiter goes into Leo, which is going to be about a year-long transit, is now leaving Cancer. So there is a lot of stuff happening. The easiest way I can put it is this is the week where shit is going to start popping off. And then all of July is going to be a crazy roller coaster ride. I will be doing an energetic reading for the month of July on Wednesday, so stay tuned for that. There's a lot, you guys. A lot, but maybe this is kind of the push and the shakeup that we need. So let's go over some stuff. Yeah, the quiet time is over, and you're like, it's been quiet. It's like, compared to what's coming up, honey, yes. So I hope you're prepared. I hope you guys got all your stuff done that you needed to get done, because like, it's gonna start getting harder and harder to get everything done from here on out for the next month or so. So CERN is shutting down. If you guys don't know what CERN is basically a science experiment where they're kind of playing around with portals and timelines. A lot of people theorize that our Mandela effects come from CERN playing with the timelines. If you guys don't know what a Mandela effect, it's kind of like the Berenstein Bears. When I grew up, it was EIN, Berenstein. And now it's the Berenstain, AIN. The Fruit of the Loom didn't have a cornucopia. Yeah, it sure as fuck did, because how the fuck would I know what a cornucopia is in third grade? I don't think a third grader knows what that is. Stuff like that. The other one that I love is the Shazam or the Kazam movie. And it's like, that was with Sinbad, because I was like, obviously, looking back, I'm kind of autistic. So as a kid, I would just rewatch movies. And I rewatched that movie a bazillion times. Shaq was not in that movie. It was Sinbad. So, and the theory with the timelines is how some people remember stuff differently is because we came from two different timelines and now we're on this timeline where they changed it. Kind of weird. So anyway, CERN is shutting down. Anytime they open or shut down, shit goes down. Everyone's celebrating that it's being shut down, which it is a good idea, but it's also like, why are you shutting down? Did you accomplish your goals and that's why you're shutting down? Because think about it. Government experiments shut down. Oh, we're done research. We're done MK Ultra. Yeah, because they already achieved what they wanted to achieve. Not because, oh, we just gave up. Like, no. So, and I have an energy healing teacher that I, tutored under for a while, and his name is Mark Byersky, and he's over in Spain, and he has actually had clients who have worked in CERN, and how, like, their colleagues have disappeared into portals, how portals have opened and entities have come out and they can't control the entities. So I believe him. I mean, I don't think he would lie to me. So, but he said every time they open and shut down, shit happens. So I have a feeling it's not bad though. I have a feeling they're gonna try to make it bad, but at this point in the game, like, the light is kind of gaining ahead of the dark and we're kind of starting to turn the tide. So I have a feeling that even though they think it's going to backfire on us, it's actually going to backfire on them. That's kind of the feeling I'm getting. Kind of like with the COVID thing, like, oh, COVID's going to, like, quiet everyone and get them under control, and we're going to get away with this, when it actually did was wake up a shit ton of people. So I have a feeling something like that's going to happen. All right, so let's talk about the full moon in Capricorn. So the full moons are the culmination of energy. It's when the sky is bright. Everything is being lit up. Like, you can't really hide from a full moon. The light is everywhere. And that's just not in the physical. That's like in your life as well. And then Capricorns are a cardinal earth sign. The cardinal signs are the leaders of the zodiac, where they're the trailblazers. They're the beginning of their season. So Capricorn would be like the beginning of winter. Even though technically the beginning of winter starts in the middle of Sagittarius season, Capricorn is the full season that's in winter. Cardinal signs are the initiators. They're action oriented and we're the leaders. Because I'm a cardinal sign as well. And because Capricorn's an earth signs are all about, they're the builders, they're practical, they're loyal, they can be very ambitious. And Capricorns in general, their life purpose is to leave a legacy behind, and they typically work in their communities. They try to do work where it will help a large group of people. So Capricorns are leaders. They're all about tradition, structure. They're hard workers. A lot of them are entrepreneurs. They have their own businesses. My father-in-law is a Capricorn, and so isn't my best friend, which is funny because I'm a Cancer, so we're opposite on the zodiac wheel, but we get along. Capricorns are responsible. They're disciplined. They're ambitious and loyal. The pro side to a Capricorn is they're very goal oriented, they're patient, they're grounded, they have a lot of self-control. The cons of a Capricorn, they can be workaholics, they don't know when to stop, they can be very stubborn where they dig in their heels, a lot like a Taurus, but a Taurus will just sit there and be like, I'm not doing that. But Capricorns will kind of play around with you and fuck with you with it, like, oh yeah, you don't want me to do something, fine. Ooh, that's kind of their attitude. They can be inflexible and guarded and they're not very emotional. They don't like to let people know what their emotions are until they bottle it up, and then they kind of have to let it out. And some of them hold grudges for a really long time. So that is the full moon in Capricorn. Let me see, make sure that's it. Oh, and for Capricorns, some of the crystals that are really good for Capricorns include garnet. I love garnet. If you are a woman, garnet is amazing, especially if you have womanly problems, like period problems or PCOS, anything like that. When there was a time in my life where I was sexually assaulted when I was 21, pretty badly, and I didn't have my period for almost 15 years after that. It was very few and far between, maybe once or twice a month. When I started learning about crystals and stuff, one of our first assignments was pick a crystal that's going to be your buddy for the week and work with it, journal with it, meditate, do all the things. And once I started working with this crystal, my period started coming back normally. On top of that, I also had daddy issues. Usually women who have fertility issues, it's typically a daddy issue that you have to work through. And when I worked through my father issues, now I'm regular, my period's fine. I almost thought I was going into early menopause. No, the energy was just stuck in my body and I needed to get it out. And once I worked on those issues, now I'm healthy and I'm good. So garnet. It's the stone of passion, the stone of protection. It's all about vital life force energy. So if it doesn't look like it now, but if I were to shine a light on this, it is blood red. So if you have any blood disorders, this is really good for it. And it's it's a very grounding energy. It's very calming. It's stabilizing. This is a really good one to have, garnet. And then another stone for Capricorns is smoky quartz. We all love smoky quartz. Smoky quartz is really good for neutralizing negative energy. It anchors your spiritual energy into your body. It absorbs stress. It clears EMF, electromagnetic smog around your area. So if you don't have a piece of shungite near your electronics, this is a really good alternative. And this is really good for pain. So when I had a family member who went through some really, really intense oral surgery, I used smoky quartz and howlite on his mouth, and it actually sucked all the color out of the smoky quartz. It was actually this quartz. No, it was a different quartz, but he has used this one before. But the color grows back. So when people say crystals aren't living, I don't believe that, because my crystals have changed color and shape, and they've changed over time. So I totally believe that they are living. They're just on a slower vibration than we are, as far as we can't see them do it, right? They just kind of do it slowly over time. This is also really good for fear and depression. So, if you're a Capricorn and these look appealing to you, I highly recommend you get some. All right. All right, so that was the full moon in Capricorn happening today. Today is a really good day this is the culmination of these intentions that you set back in the new moon 2 weeks ago. And this is going to carry out into the next 2 weeks, wherein I think we're having a new moon in Cancer, if I'm not mistaken. So let's see. Next, let's talk about Mercury going into retrograde, because everyone's like, Mercury retrograde! Oh, running around like the house is on fire. It is a doozy. The shadow period was freaking crazy. It was happening to me earlier than the 2 normal weeks. I've noticed websites are not working, internet's in and out, I can't friggin' text or email for shit. I haven't really had any issues with travel stuff yet, but basically, Mercury is the planet of communication and technology and all that stuff. And when it goes into retrograde, it looks like it's going backwards in the sky. It is not actually going backwards in the sky. It's an optical illusion. But when it's going backwards, it is retrograding. So you're redoing a lot of stuff. So this could lead to mix-ups in communication, all kinds of communication, whether that's person to person or, through technology. There's going to be technological glitches, travel delays, issues with contracts, or your past issues could be resurfacing at this time. And because it's taking place in the sign of Cancer, it's going to be more focused on home, family, and security. Okay, so it's really asking you to focus inward and focus on like your family dynamics within your family, your personal history, emotional security. Nostalgia could be coming up at this time. There could be during Mercury retrograde, there's always an increased sensitivity and intuition, but especially since it's in Cancer, because Cancer is a very psychic sign. So you will be able to see what's coming up for you, like the issue around these topics, but you're going to be able to see it before it comes. You're going to see, it's going to happen, but you're going to see it. Basically, you're going to see the fuckery coming your way. And that already happened to me over the weekend. I was having visions of stuff that's coming up, and it is about family. And I'm like, oh, yeah, that's happening. That's going to be a doozy. But I know about it now, so I can try to prepare for it, So keep that in mind. So, it is, there is a gift with it. Your intuition's spot on, but use it, use it to your advantage, right? So retrogrades, they're all about the word. So reflect, revise, reconnect, review, release, okay? And when I say reconnect, that people from your past are going to be coming up. Your exes will be coming back. Do not get with your ex during a retrograde, because it may be fun and dandy during the retrograde. As soon as it's done, it's going to fall apart. So don't do it. But if there's some friends, and I don't mean friends that you had issues with, like friends like, oh, I haven't seen you in like 5 years. Let's grab a coffee, like stuff like that. That's good stuff, right? As long as you trust that person. This is a big time for a cosmic do-over, especially with all the other energy happening right now. I literally see like a garden, not even a garden, like a farm, and like heavy farm equipment, like tilling the land and changing it. So let's see. This is also a time to revisit existing work, revisiting work that you kind of put down. It's time to come back to that. Like, I know for me, every retrograde for the last 2 years, I was getting signs to start my business, but like I never would. Like I would write down my ideas, but I would never take the action steps. So for me, it's like, I'm not really scared of this retrograde, because it's like, no, this is the perfect time. I'm actually starting the business now. So like, to me, it's a good time. And if you look at your natal chart and you were born in a Mercury retrograde, it really shouldn't affect you as badly. And that goes for any retrograde. Like, I know I was born in a couple retrogrades, not Mercury. So when those retrogrades come up, it doesn't affect me like it does everyone else, right? Yeah, it's a good time to reconnect with old friends or old hobbies that you used to do. It's really good for reflecting and clearing your headspace. And we kind of talked about that in the new moon reading a couple weeks ago. So this is all about emotional versus the practical, okay? Learning how to balance the two properly is going to help bring you clarity in the situations that are kind of muddied for you. And then I really, really, really want you guys, if you are manifesting on this full moon, please do it in the area of your career, because that's what Capricorn's all about, and your maturity level, because Capricorns are very, very mature. It's kind of like a Benjamin Button situation where like they're very mature when they're younger, but then when they're older, they kind of get more like kid-like and fun. So it's like they're reversing, right? You should be kid-like and fun when you're younger and more serious when you're older, but it's kind of the opposite. So just keep that in mind. Okay, that's it for that. Mercury retrograde in Cancer. It will be happening until I believe the 27th of July, and then we'll have a 2-week shadow period going into August for that. Next, we're going to talk about Jupiter and Leo. Jupiter is the great benefic. Jupiter is like Zeus, right? If I'm not mistaken, Zeus in the Greek pantheon. So he's like the father of the gods. So it's a great benefic. So what does that mean? There's benefic planets and malefic planets. So there are some planets that like bring really good stuff and some planets that don't necessarily bring bad stuff, but more challenges, right? It challenges you versus rewarding you. So Jupiter is all about the planet of expansion and luck, abundance, wisdom, philosophy, and optimism. And so in the last year, it was in the sign of Cancer, which was really good luck for all Cancers out there. Like, I had a really good year. I mean, last year for the most part. So for Leos, you guys are going to have a very good next year. So this is happening today on June 30th, and it's going to go until June 27th of next year. And because it's in the sign of Leo, it's going to be all about focusing on like strength and courage and leadership. Let's see. It's going to amplify your passion, your growth, your confidence, creativity, self-expression. It's going to really help you be your authentic. This time is going to be calling you to be your authentic self, to let go of all the bullshit holding you back, and to let your freak flag fly, right? It's main character energy, because Leos are the main characters, you know, in the zodiac. It is time for you to share your unique gifts with the world, to discover your spiritual purpose and try to start living it if you're ready. And time for big opportunities coming your way, like left and right. And it's like, it's gonna sound weird. Just friggin' run with it and take it. It's gonna not sound up your alley, but it wouldn't have come to you if it wasn't meant for you. So yeah, once you be your authentic self, let's see. Oh, and this is a really good time to clear any past karma that you may have during this next year. There's going to be a lot of destined events in the next year. Okay, interesting. With the karma, if you clear it, you're going to be letting it go for good. So that's really good stuff. Let's see. Okay, they want you guys to watch out for during this time, because those are like the good aspects of a Leo. The bad aspects of a Leo is they can be very egoic, they can be very arrogant, all about themselves. It can be too much of a good thing. Like the Leos that I know of, take it overboard. So I know a Leo who will overeat and overeat, and they're huge, and then they cry that they're huge, but they can't stop eating. So like, that's too much of a good thing. Like, the food tastes good and feels good, but it's too much of a good thing. It's hurting you. I knew another Leo. My father was a Leo. He had a lot of alcohol issues and drug issues. So it's like, that's too much of a good thing. Like, yeah, doing drugs here and there, like socially, whatever. But it's just like, when that becomes your life, like, it's too much of a good thing. I'm trying to think of another instance. No, those are some good examples. Let's see what else. Oh, and the other thing to watch out for, validation from others. No, you need validation within, okay? Because if you rely on others for your validation, the minute they say something that doesn't validate you, you're going to feel like shit. And it's like, who cares what that person said? It matters what you think about yourself and how you feel about yourself, okay? So keep an eye out for that. They said at this time, it's going to be one step at a time, inch by inch, brick by brick. Sometimes it's going to be slow, okay? Just keep going. Do not stop. Please do not stop. Please don't do that. Another thing to be asking yourself at this time is like, where do you want authority in your life? Where do you not have authority in your life, and where do you want it, and why? And start there. That's where they want you to start. And then they want you to ask yourself, what responsibilities are you proud to carry? We all have responsibilities, and sometimes it's too much, but what are the responsibilities you really, really enjoy having? Like for me, like I work with people doing personal care, and I know a lot of people are like, ew, that's gross. Like, ew, I can't believe you do that. And it's just like, it makes me feel good to take care of someone else who can't take care of themselves. It makes me feel good to know that they are, properly clean, bathed, fed, dressed, they're happy, they're good to go, like all that stuff. So what are some responsibilities that you have that you really do enjoy? Like some people might really enjoy watching their kids. Like it's not a burden to them. It's something they really do enjoy. Or like you really love taking care of your pets, even though it can be a pain in the ass sometimes or something. Stuff like that. So that was it for what I had, right? Yeah, that was it for what I had for the notes. So there's a lot of astrological stuff happening today. All those things are happening today. The full moon in Capricorn, CERN is shutting down. We have the Jupiter moving into Leo, and we have Mercury in retrograde in Cancer. So Godspeed, good luck out there. But the cards, we're going to go into the card reading next. The cards really do align with the energy that's happening right now. So please, I really hope that you can take some good advice from this. Like, once again, like, not every message is for everyone. That's why I pull so many cards sometimes, because I know, like, not every message is going to be for you. Maybe only a couple of the cards you're like, yes, that's me. Or maybe all of them, or maybe none of them. You know what I mean? So just keep that in mind. Not every message is for everyone. Take what resonates and leave the rest, okay? So let's jump into the reading. We're going to start out with a tarot card. So this is the energy from today until 2 weeks from today, until we have the new moon in Cancer, I believe. Let me check my calendar real quick. The 14th. So July 14th. So from now until July 14th, okay? Okay. So your tarot card that came up, we're going to use the mermaid deck because it's summer. We have the 9 of pearls. So in this deck, the pearls represents the cups. So in the tarot, the 9 is all about completion, wrapping up projects, just kind of finishing things up and tying it with a bow. It's kind of like the end of a lesson, and it's like the review and the test before you move on to the next thing, right? And the cups, or the pearls, the cups in the tarot is our emotions and our intuition. Okay, so this is speaking about endings in the emotional area. So in the upright position in the regular tarot, this is like this is like the luckiest card, one of the luckiest cards in the deck. It's this guy sitting there, kind of all pompous with his hands, crossed around him. The card is very yellow, so that's all about like confidence and self-esteem. And he's surrounded by these cups, and he has a smug look on his face, and they call this the wish card in tarot. Basically, like, all your wishes are being fulfilled, but you just have to be careful not to be arrogant. So in the reverse position, it means something a little different. In the reverse position, this is all about unhappiness. It could be your lack of fulfillment. You're disappointed in something or a lot of things. You feel like you are not reaching your full potential. You're underachieving. Being arrogant. I don't know if I already said that. Or even being snobby. But I feel like you're being arrogant or snobby because you feel unhappy and unfulfilled and you're not achieving the things you want to do. But this is okay, you guys, because this is speaking to, in the next month, the shit that is meant to fall away that you have not been able to let go of is going to fall. And some of you are going to freak out because you've been holding on. And this is teaching you to let go. It is okay to let go. Especially if it's something toxic. And you know what? And if you don't do it during this time, or if it doesn't shake you up this time, when the fall comes, we're having eclipse season, it will friggin' rock your world and remove it then. So might as well just be an adult and nip it in the bud now than letting it happen to you and then go, boo-hoo-hoo, this is happening to me. No, take some agency in your life. So think carefully about what brings you fulfillment. If you're unhappy, think about, okay, instead of bitching about what makes you unhappy, think about, okay, well, what would make me happy? Start pivoting that thought process. And instead of being angry and upset, be like, okay, like, I want more communication at work, or I want a job where I can do this, or I want a love relationship where, a guy can be there for me emotionally. Whatever it is, write it down what you do want, instead of focusing on what you don't want. Because when you focus on what you don't want, you're attracting that more to you. If you focus on what you do want, that will come to you. All right, so if this is happening in your love life, this is all about lack of deep connection. You could be having a superficial relationship, or you could need to do some more inner work in order to attract the partner that you really want and deserve. If this is happening in your career, you thought you had your dream job, but it's not what you expected. You're like, oh, God damn it, I thought this was it. It's not it. Or your career expectations are not being met at this time, which is why you would be unhappy or you're not feeling fulfilled. And if this is happening in your financial life, this could be talking about failed financial investments, stuff like that, like kind of losing money, like you put all this money into something and it's not giving you what you want back. So little disappointing, but you know what? That's okay. You're here. Let's learn how to pivot so we can get it into upright position and get everything we want. All right. So 9 of pearls in reverse for you for the next 2 weeks. That is the energy. So now you know what that means. Now you know what action steps you can take from here on out. Okay, good. Awesome. Next, we have Soul's Journey lesson cards. And I think we got this recently. We got friendship. I understand that a friend is in my life for a reason. Pretty sure we pulled this like a couple months ago in the spring. And yeah, friends are in your life for a reason, sometimes forever, sometimes for a season. I know in my life, like every year I had like a new friend group and it didn't really bother me. Like obviously it's sad to not hang out with people and like have that long-term friend, but like it's okay because like I got to experience different people from different walks of life and different personalities, and it was really cool. Like I learned from them, they learned from me. Like it was a good reciprocal thing, right? So friendship. All humans are created from the same source, but there are some souls that share a unique kinship. Friendship can be the most exciting and beautiful experience on earth, but it can also be frustrating and heartbreaking. Oh, don't I know it? Understand that everyone is in your path to here to teach you something. It may be for a year or a lifetime. Together, you will teach each other various lessons of the heart, such as trust, love, loyalty, and admiration. The bonds of friendship are often stronger than those of family. Yes, yes, yes. You have formed a bridge of understanding between the two of you that has stood the test of time and of lifetimes. Um, our soulmates, not all soulmates are like love partners. We have friend soulmates as well. And I have definitely, I can name a few in my life, and like we may not be close now, but it's like, oh no, you were meant to come in my life for a reason at this time. Like I could just feel it. Like we just clicked instantly. A true friend will illuminate your path instead of dim it. Yes, okay. Be careful, especially with older like exes or friends coming back, and if you let them in, remember you're making a choice by letting them in. You cannot blame them for abusing you if you allowed them to come back in, okay? Keep that in mind. There could be, oh, there's some fake friends in your midst, some of you, like frenemies. That's what it means by some light year. Like, are you a girl's girl where you support your girlfriend? Or are you like, oh, the minute she walks away, I'm going to talk shit about her. And like, oh my God. That's not a girl's girl, okay? That's not a friend. That's a frenemy. Do you have frenemies in your midst? And if you do, you need to cut them out. Some way, somehow, you got to do it. You got to be strong. Because a true friend will not do that. That means that person's jealous of you and wants something that you have and will take it when they have the opportunity. He or she will give advice with your best interests at heart. To be able to communicate at a soul level with another human being is the biggest treasure in the physical dimension. Yes. To have a real true friend. I mean, if you have real true friends, most people only have a handful of friends, when they're older. And when they're younger, they have big friends because like they're not real friends, right? But they say people with only a few friends, like, you're a rich man or woman because it's hard to find good friends. So, are you guys having issues with friends? Maybe you are looking for new friends. Maybe you want to hang out or reconnect. I have a feeling a lot of you are going to be reconnecting. Just please make sure it's a healthy relationship for both parties, okay? We don't want someone coming in under false pretenses and then kind of fucking shit up in your life, okay? Especially with this energy coming up. You don't need that. All right. Coming up next, we have the Threads of Fate Oracle deck, and we have Trust. And again, I feel like we saw this a couple months ago. Trust. We've got some moths. Apparently that's Celestite in the middle, and then the leaves are Trillium, for those of you who are into plants. Interesting. So trust. And before I start reading this is going to be trusting in yourself. Trusting in yourself to make the right decisions, the right moves, the right actions, trusting in yourself to take that leap of faith, okay? They want you to take that leap. You will either learn to fly or you're just going to go. You're just going to already be flying or you're going to learn to fly. Either way, you're going to fly. It's okay. So let's see what the card says. Trust. And trust in yourself. Trust in yourself. This card indicates a time where letting go of your human thinking and having faith will serve you, especially with whatever big... People keep saying a big thing is going to happen this week / into the weekend, like the 5th. A lot of people keep saying the 5th, or like the 20th or 21st. You need to have faith in yourself. Do not lose your head. Stay calm, stay grounded, and have trust in yourself. Go within and ask your guides and ask God for advice. Do not listen to the news and get swept away with that because that's what they want. People can confuse surrender and trust, lumping them into the same idea. A lot of men don't like to trust because it's about surrendering, and they're like, I will never surrender. And it's like, sometimes it's okay to surrender. You're not surrendering to the enemy where they're going to rape and pillage your village. Like, you're surrendering to the parts of yourself that are not healthy for you, like your ego, and like will not let you let go. So, but the ego will fight to stay alive no matter what. So sometimes it's hard. However, these are different things and require different parts of us. Surrendering often feels darker and like you're submerged, unable to see the light at the end of the tunnel. It is a lesson. Its lesson is a teaching in rebirth. The rebirth can only happen when you surrender to winter without expecting spring to come around. It is a lesson in adapting. A lot of people don't like change because they can't adapt or they don't like to adapt. And it's actually, evolutionarily speaking, you really do need to learn to adapt or your species will not survive. So think about it that way. Trust is a more intuitive process. There is an element of vision, of knowing what is possible, of seeing the potential, and trusting that you will get there when you do not know how you will. That is exactly what faith is. Having trust and having faith. You don't know how you're going to get there, but you know you're going to do it. Just like I know my business is going to friggin' make it. I don't know how. I mean, I can kind of see the steps, but I mean, when it comes down to it, I don't know the day-to-day how. But I know deep down it's going to work, so I have faith and I'm not worried. Like, I feel like you guys need to have more faith in whatever area of your life you're struggling with right now. It is trusting that the universe will provide the resources and illuminate the path if you show up for it. You have to show up. You can't just sit there and say, universe, make my dream life come true, and then not do the work. It is a co-creative process. You must do the work, but also pray and ask for help, and it will come. I remember trusting and having faith. I was praying. I was like, God, please give me the money so I can do this crystal healing course, like years and years ago, like one of the first healing courses I ever took. And it was like, oh, the class closes in 6 hours, 5 hours, 4 hours, 3 hours. And I was like, oh, okay, God, if this isn't meant for me, I'll be sad, but I'll take it, your sign, and go with it. And maybe I can do it next time. And literally like 2 hours before the class was supposed to close for admission, I got my tax return. And it was like exactly the right amount of money. And I was like, okay, God wants me to do this. Like, let's do this. So have faith, okay? Do the work, but ask for help. And if it's meant to be, help will come. It may not come in the way you think it will, but it will come. Reflect around your history with trust. Do you have evidence of how trusting can bring about magical solutions? If not, at what point in the process do you give up, or did you give up? That's a good question. Look at your history with trust. Are you normally a trusting person? Maybe you're overly trusting. Maybe you're not trusting at all. Very interesting. Look at your relationship with trust and start there. And where did it start? Where did you start having trust issues? Get to the root of the problem, and then you can figure it out. Interesting. So like I said earlier, moth is a correspondence. Moths are about like transformation. And then trillium, no idea. I'm not a plant person. And then celestite for the crystal. It's a double terminated crystal, which means the energy goes in both directions. They're not grown that way. They're cut that way. But celestite is an amazing crystal. I love celestite. I have a couple pieces. This beautiful light blue color, all about the throat chakra. Celestite is the stone of heavenly communication. It's one of the angel stones. So if you are looking to connect with your angels or higher beings, this is a really good one. This is all about deep inner peace, elevating your consciousness. This is really a good stone to sleep with and do dream work with. It's very soft. It has a very soft energy, but it's very high vibrational. And it's so gorgeous. I don't have any stones this color. I mean, kyanite's kind of that color, but it's just so pretty. Oh, I love it. It's very brittle though, so if you get a piece, be careful with it because it falls apart. All right. Moving on to Raise Your Vibration Oracle. And we just saw this. I know we just saw this because it looks familiar. It is safe for you to shine, especially with Jupiter and Leo, guys. That's what it's talking about. It is time to come out of the closet of wherever you're hiding from. It is time to let your freak flag fly. It is safe. It is more than safe now. And people really need what you have to offer. And I know I've been saying that in other readings, but it's like, oh, it's because Jupiter and Leo. Yes. So it is safe for you to shine. This is not the time to hold back. You are going to have regrets if you guys hold back in this next year with the Jupiter and Leo. The answer is yes, go forth, proceed. The time is now. So if you're thinking of taking that leap, just friggin' take it. It should have been done yesterday. The energy of wishing on a star is coming to you because you are a star. If you've been hanging back or thinking something through before moving forward, or you've been waiting for a sign that it's the right time to do. Take this card as your sign. This is your go. Go, 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 go. Go, 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 go. Move on up. Positivity, abundance, and excitement are surrounding you at this time. I can feel it personally. I don't know about you guys. The dreams you've been dreaming are more like visions of what is possible for you. Know that whatever you're connecting with on the inside is something you will soon be experiencing in the physical realm. Okay, this is talking about manifestation, doing the work and having it appear in the physical. If you are feeling nervous, shy, or unsure, which I know a lot of you are, it is because you care deeply about making a difference and living in the most authentic way possible. I feel like some of you are afraid to be seen. Some of you are just afraid to be seen, and it's like, who cares? You are going to be so much happier with yourself if you do what you're supposed to do versus what everyone tells you to do. This is what makes you the bright and shiny person you are today. Know that this is not a time to step back or be modest. Leo's not modest, okay? Leo's like all out. Like, look at me, like Elton John, all in his dressed up jazzy stuff. Like David Bowie dressed up. Like, that's the energy. Know that this is not a time to step back or be modest, but to claim what is rightfully yours. Reach up, reach higher, and reach higher still. The world is truly your oyster, and it is a pleasure for the universe to see you shine. Oh my God. If you guys knew your ancestors, how much they cheer you on when you shine like that, they love it. It's an amazing energy. And your affirmation for this card is, I trust in my gifts. I know that I can shine. And do it unapologetically, okay? I have a feeling a lot of you are having these issues with like, oh no, like who am I to do that? Yeah, who are you? Flip it around. Who are you? Who are you and how do you want to show yourself to the world? In an authentic way. In a unique, authentic way. Flip the script, you guys. Flip the script. All right, next we have the Ancient Stones Oracle. I picked this because Capricorn's an earth sign, so I'm like, let's go with an earthy deck. And we have the Volcano. Relationships express, don't stagnate. And I will say with Volcano coming up, I talked about it in the last video, with the sun popping off, the earth is affected by it, and it releases the pressure by way of earthquakes, which then can cause tsunamis. And earthquakes can also affect the tectonic plates, which can affect the volcanoes. So this past week, we had a shit ton of earthquakes all over the world. They were pretty intense, more intense than they have been. And I wouldn't be surprised if some volcanoes start going off. In my last video, I talked about there was a volcano in Alaska that was starting to become not dormant, and the ground was actually raising. And that happened at Mount St. Helens before it popped off. Good thing in Alaska, where this volcano is, no one really lives. It's in the middle of nowhere. So hopefully it shouldn't affect people. Obviously, the aftermath with the smoke cloud and everything will affect people. But so I'm wondering if maybe the thing happening in July is more natural. And I'm almost wondering if some of it is from the sun caused, but some of it could also be like people are manipulating it somehow. Don't ask me how someone manipulates a volcano to go off, but that's just what I'm picking up on. So let's read the card. Volcano. Behold the fiery dance of the volcano, a testament to nature's potent alchemy. During its magnificent eruption, ancient rock yields to transformation again, giving birth to new molten forms that cool into creation. If you guys like obsidian is the magma that melted. It's volcanic glass. It's actually very sharp, so be careful if you break a piece. Molten forms that cool into creation, a vivid reminder that even seemingly unchanging stone holds the seed of renewal and regeneration. They are asking you to renew and regenerate yourself at this time. You should already kind of be feeling it or already starting that process, but if you're not, you need to listen up and start going in that direction. If we fail to express our anger, it can turn into resentment. When we feel upset or frustrated, it's easy to let it slide for fear of upsetting someone. But then it might build into something bigger. Oh yeah, that's when you leave stuff and you let it fester and then it just explodes and it's way messier than if you had just dealt with it in the first place. If we find a way to communicate clearly and compassionately, we can avoid unnecessary conflict, confusion, and separation. Remember, communicate clearly and compassionately. That will not be happening in Mercury retrograde. So please. Communicate clearly and compassionately because no one else will. I'm sorry, I don't mean to laugh, but it's just like the card's telling you like what to do because the energy is not going to be supporting that. The volcano card invites you to express your feelings now before they get out of hand. Do it today before shit gets crazier, please. To clearly state what your experience is so you can solve it now before it turns into something else. This card generally comes up when we need to express something that is being left unsaid. What are you not saying? And remember, say it to the person. If you can't say it to the person, write a letter. Figure it out. Do something. That doesn't mean that you must be aggressive or volatile. Instead, it's about having the conversation before it turns into something bigger. When we leave our feelings to fester, they can grow red hot and eat us up from within. I've seen it with people. It makes them very sick. But if we can process our feelings and express them in a way that's kind and honest, we can avoid unnecessary harm to a relationship. You may be being called to express your feelings to yourself with a practice such as journaling. Yes, journaling is really good. You may be being called to find a way to process your own inner dialogue or to have a conversation with someone else in which you express yourself. And an affirmation for this card that you can say to help you if you're struggling with this. I gather up the courage to express my feelings before they turn into something bigger than they need to be. Please guide me to express myself clearly yet kindly. Okay? Shit's gonna be popping off. Both, like, I literally do see volcanoes going off, but shit's gonna be popping off between people as well. Personally and globally. That's what I'm seeing. So, but don't fret. Do what you can do. You can't control what happens when a volcano goes off. Like, you can only respond in the aftermath, right? All right, so the next couple cards we have are more like affirmation cards, or we're going to do the words of wisdoms. I have 3 of them right here. And these are more like questions or statements for you to kind of reflect on. So let's see what came up. Everything always works out for me. You guys, you're worried about all this shit going to shit. It's not. It's going to work out. You're going to be just fine. You are so divinely supported. Like, I can see it. I can feel it. You're good. You're good. Don't worry about it. And this is a really good affirmation. Everything always works out for me, especially if like you're going to do something new, or like say you go to a job interview, or like you're trying something new and you're really nervous. It's like, no, everything always works out for me. Everything is always great. If you go in with that attitude, you will attract more of that to you versus like everything sucks. Oh my God. Because like, you know what? I know someone who's like that, who's negative all the time. And every time they go out, they have a bad fucking time. And it's like, it's your energy. But they don't want to hear that. But it's like, you know what? I could go out and do the same thing, but because I have a good vibe and I'm positive, I'll have a really good time. It's all about law of attraction. So everything is always working out for me. Yes, it is. Because it is. Another question. What are you grateful for today? Gratitude. Gratitude is going to help raise your vibration. Even if you're losing things right now, or like say you hate your job, or you just dumped your boyfriend, or like you lost money, it's like, okay, but what can I be grateful for today? Like, I'm grateful I have clean water. Like, isn't it 40% of the world doesn't have access to clean water? Yeah, is it fluoridated and you don't want to drink it? Yeah, but at least you have access to it. You know, like you have food on the table, you have clothes on your back, you have a house, you have a roof over your head. You have a car that can get you to point A to point B, even if it's not a fancy car, who gives a shit? You know? So what are you grateful for? Write 3 things. 3 things every day is a really good way to help lift your mood and raise your vibes, especially in the beginning of the day. When I was it my master's? I think it was my master's. No. Yeah, it was my master's program. When I was in my master's program, we read a book by Mikhail Csikszentmihalyi, and his book was all about the like positive intent and having gratitude and stuff. And it really does work. They've done scientific studies on it. So it's good stuff. Next, I allow my inner child to come out and play. Yes, yes, yes. It's summer. It's Cancer season. That's all about home and family and nostalgia. Nostalgic for things from your childhood could be coming up at this time. And with Leo is really just a big kid. At least in my experience with Leos, they're just big kids. So yeah, let your inner child come out and play. It's summer. Come on, it's the perfect time. Don't hold that kid in. Your child, I feel like your inner child needs healing, okay? When I did my inner child healing work, it was about like a year and a half ago. It was great, you guys. I was watching shows that I watched when I was like a little kid, and I was just enjoying the hell out of it. It's so healing. It is so healing to like the little you inside. Like I always pretend like I'm holding the little me and telling her like you're gonna make it. Like you just keep going. Like I know some shitty stuff happens in your life, but just keep going. It's gonna get so much better. All right. Next we have what are these? Mind Info Oracle. Break free. Like that Rihanna song. Break free. Break free from the chains. It is time, okay? You're being asked to break free from the tribe. The tribe, they want you to go off and do your own unique thing, like the Jupiter and Leo is telling you. They want you to leave the tribe in order to live your authentic life. You cannot be authentic when you're around people who are unenlightened or not being authentic themselves. You will never be able to. You can. It's going to be very difficult, and they're just going to, because you're not like them, they're going to try to talk you out of it or talk you down. This is not easy, but it's very necessary if you're going to share your true self with others. You have to leave. You have to leave the old behind. It was just a stage. Doesn't have to be your whole life. It was just a stage in your life. It's time to move on. Be brave, be real, be you. This is all about Leo. Leo is the lion. Leo is the king of the jungle. They're brave. They're courageous. Be you. Be real. And trust that those who love you will always be there for you. And if they don't support you, then they really weren't supporting you before. They just liked you small. They benefited from you being small. And I know I see it in my life. When I started this business, people were coming up to me that I'm like, oh my God, like you're actually supportive of this? Like you actually like think it's cool? Like, okay, like cool. I don't care what you think, but like that's awesome, cool. And then some people who I really thought like wouldn't really care or like would be okay with it are not okay with it. And they're not being mean to me, but I can tell that they're not okay with it. And it's just like, you know what? That's not your life. This is my life. I'm doing what I want to do and I'm actually happy. I don't care if people think it's weird. I don't care. Like, I help people. That's all I want to do is help people, and I'm doing my life purpose. And if you have a problem with it, that's your problem. I am very happy, thank you very much, living my authentic life. I wish you would live your authentic life because you would be much happier too. So, next we have Messengers of Cosmic Oracle. Guilt is a normal feeling. Just breathe in and let go. Wow, a lot of you are getting like you're hyperventilating over this guilt that you have. Guilt and shame. If it's not guilt, it's shame. Yeah, like I want to like, like I want to like, I can feel it, like holy shit. Breathe and let go. If you guys are friggin' hyperventilating or having like anxiety, panic attacks, you need to do some deep breathing exercises. So, a quick one that you can do just 3 times or for 3 minutes, you can go take a deep breath in your nose and then take another deep one. Hold it for as long as you can and then let it go. And keep doing that. And eventually you will, like, I already feel calm doing that. There's so many other ways to do breathing exercises. If you guys are interested, go check out Wim Hof, WIM. HOFF. He has some really great stuff. You guys can actually get high doing breathing exercises. You can release the DMT in your brain. I've done it, but I haven't done it like really super, but like I've done it enough where like I do feel like I took drugs or something and I'm like, oh, what's going on here? So guilt. On the scale of emotions, guilt and shame are on the very lowest. Demons or demonic entities, they make you feel guilty and shame because they can control you with the guilt and shame. That's why it's very important that people do the inner work and work on their guilt and shame and work it out, because if not, spiritual beings like that who are not for your highest good are going to prey on you, and they're going to twist it and use it to their advantage, and you will be manipulated. Absolutely. So work it out. Guilt, it is normal to feel guilty. And you know what I heard recently, and this may help you. I heard that if you feel guilty, it's because you did something or said something that was not in alignment with your moral code. Your moral ethical code. Now, they were talking from a soul level. So that's why you feel shame or guilt, because you did something. You did something that was not in alignment with your morals, and you feel guilty and shame about it. Something with your family. This has to do with your family, which is the Mercury retrograde and all the family stuff coming up. And the communication is going to be wonky. That's why it might be better to just write a letter or journal it out, or, it would be good to try to talk to these people. It might be volatile. they're going to have a better, if it does blow up, don't be afraid to confront what you need to confront, okay? But if it does blow up in your face and that person's not receptive to what you have to say, that's okay. August is going to be a much better time to come together and be like, you know, can we start this conversation over again? Like, can we revisit this? And when like we're not as emotional, like, you know, that sort of thing. So you guys, it's okay. And if you're guilty, forgive yourself, forgive the other person, or go apologize, do what you need to do. And if you feel so guilty you can't talk to that person, write a letter. And you don't have to send that letter to that person. Just getting it out can really lift that emotional weight off of you. And last but not least, because Capricorns are a badass, they are a badass sign, I picked affirmations for a badass. So we have, and this is so true because this is exactly how a Capricorn is. I am an amazingly strong, competent, take no shit, speak my mind, forward fucking badass. Now, if that does not describe a Capricorn, I don't know what does, because I'm thinking of the Capricorns in my life. I'm like, yeah, they're definitely all those things. So, you're amazing, you're strong, you're competent, you don't take shit, you speak your mind, and you're forward, and you're a fucking badass. Don't forget that. You're gonna need that strength coming up. You can do it, okay? If you need, a lot of you are gonna feel like there's a tornado going on, and you're just like, oh, I just wanted to stop. It's like, it's okay to go within, but like, you can't do nothing. You have to take some sort of action step during this. And remember, take little baby steps day at a time. And that's in every aspect of your life, not just like work or your love life or your friends or whatever. It's in every aspect, okay? If you need to take a breather because it is going to be very overwhelming. We'll be going to be going over that more in the July video and Wednesday. Because honestly, I haven't even looked at all the details yet, because I'm like, you know what, let's just take it one thing at a time. Like, there's so much shit happening today. Let's focus on today. Then Wednesday, I'll focus on the shit show. That is going to be July. And I don't want to say shit show, but you know what I'm saying, right? So, that was your full moon reading in Capricorn. I really, really hope that you guys are prepared. I hope that you are ready for this. It's good and bad stuff, but it's just like, just take it in stride. It's going to be okay. We all have each other. Keep doing the work. I believe in you. You are a strong motherfucker. You are a badass, and we're going to get through this together, okay? So, I hope you guys are having a great day. Hang in there. We're gonna do this together. So I'm Erin with Energy with Erin, and until the next video on Wednesday, I'll see you guys later. Good luck. Comment down below with how Mercury in retrograde's affecting you, if you're kind of feeling this Jupiter in Leo energy, or even like the full moon in Capricorn, or how you feel about CERN. Comment down below, let me know, okay? I love you guys. I'm sending you peace, love, light, and healing, and until next time, bye.